some newer ceramic ocarinas that I just finished, or they've been finished. It's the first chance I've had to record them, but they look and sound a lot better than the last ones. Example, this little guy. I ordered a new set of glazes as well over winter break, mostly from AMACO, about 9 different colors, and recently ordered some new lusters from an Italian company that came out amazingly. If you can see that, they're pretty intensely colored. So yeah, you can tell these things look phenomenal. Very flat bodies for the sopranos. I have tenors this time as well, actual ones instead of just the ones that were meant to be but came out as half a step lower than the altos. But anyways, enough talk. Here's what these things sound like now. Finger. This is my first new attempt at these things, so the voicing is not exactly correct. You can zoom in on there. But it's pretty accurate. When it was in greenware state, it was actually pretty strong throughout the entire range. But firing causes some changes in it, so can't have it every single time. But this one's in a toasted sage glaze with the gold luster on it, as you can tell. The next one is in frosted turquoise with a platinum luster. So this one came out rather interestingly. It's a little longer, narrower, and thicker bodied, but it's still in C. So you can tell. I've also added my signature to these this time, so you can tell that they're actually made by me, unlike my wire pieces, which cannot be signed. Anyways, this one sounds pretty decent as well. Takes a little effort to get to the higher notes, but loud. But this one looks pretty good. There's a little bit of a smudge from the lusters as I was getting used to the consistency of them. They're not as gooey from the other ones that ate through the plastic containers. These ones are in glass and airtight, so they're not going to dry out last time I won't have to spend another $50 on them. And the next ones are little experiment I did with mixing 2 different clay bodies together, brown and white stoneware. They came out like these. You can see this one's in B. They're a little more unpredictable with pitch range than the white stoneware ones. Even porcelain, that one's a little more predictable since it shrinks less. But these ones, it's hard to tell what the shrinkage rate's going to be considering how much is mixed in there. So you never know what you're going to get, like a box of chocolates. So anyways, here we go. These ones, or this one in particular, doesn't sound as good. Something happened with the voicing and the firing, so it set a bit funny. Might just be the general body shape, I'm not sure, because it kind of dips right here. But it looks interesting. That's the main thing I'm going for, is being a trained artist, is aesthetics wise. And this one did a little eye of Ra around one of the fingering holes, so you're covering the pupil when you play it. And it's in B as well, with the gold luster on it, clear coat finish. And this one sounds a little like this. Come here. Yeah, that's as high as this one will go. It looks interesting for all the fans of the Egyptian artwork, so that's something to consider, but not meant for professional playing. And part of the problem is there's a crack right here at the mouthpiece where it joined the body, so that might have something to do with it. It probably, yeah, doesn't line up perfectly with the voicing. And the next one, this one came out my favorite out of all of the marble body ones. Kinda looks a little bovine, like a Holstein cow. Came out in A, so it's a bit lower, but nonetheless it looks really interesting. It's a little Olean Mesoamerican symbol right there. And sound-wise, not sure what it's like. Yeah, overblows extremely easily. It's not going to reach the higher notes, but for those of you that like squeaking, this one's for you. And the next ones I have brownstone-ware. This one's finished in a deep fire brick with the mother of pearl luster, so it's nice and shiny. Plays in the key of A sharp or B flat. For some reason I put down A sharp, probably because that's what the tuner told me. And there's a bit of a white ivory glaze from the stilt there. It's a this one's a 13 hole this time, so this one right here is only a half step. So I thought for sure it would be firing to C, but guess the brownstone wares don't shrink as much as I thought they would. So I'll keep that in mind next time. It's a little thicker around in this area, so see how this one sounds. From what I remember, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, so this one plays pretty near perfect. So for those of you who like to actually play these things, this one's definitely your choice. You can see even signatures in mother of pearl, key indicators in mother of pearl, and the ornamentations in mother of pearl. Looks pretty nice, nice deep body color with brownstone ware in the deep firework red. The next one's another brownstone ware finished in AMACO, so it doesn't have that glossy look, so that's why the luster looks like it's kind of painted on with acrylics instead of actually authentic gold applied to it. Then B flat or A sharp again. Looks pretty earthy for those of you guys who like the more pit-fired ones. This one is definitely for you. Doesn't play that well, but it looks interesting. Has a, I forgot what this is called, but it's a pagan symbol symbolizing things that comes in 3, like earth, water, air, so on and so forth. This one I got the idea from the Alhambra in Spain when I visited this winter. It has an inscription on it, which I believe means Allah is the only winner, which our tour guide. Here's here's what this one sounds like. Yeah, plays well up the regular scale, but past that, not so much. But if you like Arabic and Middle Eastern decor, this one's good for display. It's in also, well, key of A, brownstone ware, AMACO iron luster glaze on the dark body. That's what it turns out like.